अद्वैतचिन्तनं नमः सर्वेभ्यः हरि ओम् अद्वैतचिन्तनवर्गे सर्वेषां स्वागतम्। ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः परमर्षिभ्यो नमः परमर्षिभ्यः। तत्र विजया भगिनी शान्तिमन्त्रं वदति वा?
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We are discussing the Prakarana Grantha Aparokshanubhuti Sri Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Shankaracharya Virachitah and Bhashya Tikka Samskrita Bhashya Deepika Swami Vidyaranya Munina Kritaha. Sri Harim Paramanandam Upadeshtaramishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokanam Karanam Tam Namamyaham. In the last class, we had taken the first sloka of the Vidyaranya Muni Tika, where he is praying to the Chidatma, and the first four slokas are for that, and the fifth one is for his guru Shankaracharya. So in the Suprakashascha hetu yaha paramatma chidatmakaha aparokshanubhuti akhya soham asmi param sukham. This is the first sloka of Vidyaranya Muni, which we discussed and did the Padacheda, Anvaya, Artha and discussed on that. Now, based on the last class, is there any questions, any clarification which you need before we go to the next set of slokas? Hello, Ariom, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Mahodaya.
Yes,
Yes,
okay. Right. So I presume that there are no questions on in the last class.
Mahodaya, I have a question.
Please.
Yes. In Bhagavad Gita, in Vibhuti Yoga, Bhagavan says, Indriyanam manasasmi, manasah asmi. But manas is pertain to the, why is it not saying chittam there? Why is it saying manas there?
Okay. Indriya is that organ which receives the inputs from the senses, organs of senses, or we call it as organs of senses because from the subject or the objects which are there external to the individual is sensed by the organ. Abhishek Mahodaya?
There's a lot of noise, Mahodaya. Yeah.
Abhishek Mahodaya?
Yes, apologies.
Can you mute? Okay. So what happens is that in the case of mana is the first internal indriya which receives the sense inputs from the shabda, netra, chakshu, shotram, all those 5 indriyas. In the case of dream, the body organs are not receiving any senses, but still we have a world of our own which is being experienced by the mind. And that time the intellect is in not operation to give any justification, logic or identification, dissecting the experience. It is a mere experience in the mind level only. That is why mind is called the sixth indriya, because of the internal senses. Apart from the dream, even during waking, the experiences like sukha, dukkha, like emotions which are coming, are all felt by the mind only. That is why called mind is a indriya for waking, for the internal experiences, and in the dream both internal and external. There is no external, everything happens in the mind only. That's why the world itself is in the mind. So that is the reason why in the mind is called the sixth indriya and not chitta.
So it is present while we are awake, and it's while we are sleeping also, right? The intellect is not working while we are sleeping. It's only the manas which works. So that's the reason we get all the thoughts, whatever we have in our manas, which comes up as a dream, right, Mahodaya? Can I ask another question further to that, if I'm not taking your time?
You should clarify. See, I told you in the one of the classes, there are only 3 types of ajnana that is in the whole world. Okay. One is ignorance, where you don't know about anything. Now suppose there is something in the world which none of us know. That is called the total ignorance of the existence of a thing. But the moment that thing is available, but what it is we don't know, then we know the ignorance of the ignorance.
Okay. Now, okay. Coming to the question, yes. Mahodaya. Coming to the question, we know this present jagat is also a dream. It's a swapnameva. Parantu, like when we have a dream, it's like, there is no continuity. But this dream has continuity. That's the reason we feel real. Like we have a dream, but we don't see the same dream every day. But we come into this jagat and we think it's real, though we know it's a dream. How is it like possible? I mean, how is this continuity of this dream possible is my question.
Okay. Now,
Arvind Mahoday, just in continuation to Vamsi Bhagni's question,
yes.
Going back to the very first shlok, where
there is some disturbances from your house, Mahoday.
Yes. Apologies for this. Let me go on.
Your voice is not coming through, but the background noise is more.
Mahoday, is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Yeah, I do have some background noise, but just the very first shloka as Vyapakam Sarva Loka Nam Karanam. So, I was reminded of April 2019 when there was this discovery of the black hole. The black hole was photographed for the first time, and and that led me to read a little bit about dark energy and dark matter. Not that I understand physics at all, but things like Sarva Vyapak, is it like and this whole dark energy, dark matter, where they claim that it is now constituting almost like 85% of the material universe. Is there some similarities here? And also, the reason why I'm asking this question, and I question myself that am I even thinking in the right direction? Is my reference even correct?
Okay.
When I'm even asking these questions to you.
Okay. I'll get to that point. Let me explain both the process. Now, Vamshi Vagini's statement is that this Jagrat, waking, is a dream. The answer is that it is not dream, but it is dream-like. See, the difference between dream-like and dream has to be understood. Dream is where you have no control on things. Karyashamata nasti. You cannot do anything in the dream of your own free will, or you cannot design and do things there. It is just a realm of experience without any controlling in the dream. So it is a mere, it is as good as watching a cinema where you cannot control the hero or the heroine or the villain. It is something similar. That is why it is called a dream. But Jagrat is called not a dream at all. It is real because we are Artha Kriya Karityam, Karyakshamata, free will. Then, there is consequences for our actions, which is called actions and reactions. But at the same time, if you really inquire into that world, you will lead to a state where there is a reality up to a certain level. For example, hunger as an experience. Hunger is an experience, it has got a reality and everything. And when we eat food, that experiences get subsided. But it comes back again. This cycle of experiences, one after that, coming and going, is what makes it appear as repetitive in nature, not only from the hunger point of view, but from every point of view. When we wake up, the same house or the bed or the surroundings which we went to sleep is available there. So we have a continuity in that one. But is it real? If you ask, what we say real is Trikala Abhaditam, or as Shankaracharya says, Yanna Vyabhicharati, Yat Na Vyabhicharati, that which doesn't change. But the world is ever in a flux. It keeps moving from what we were thinking as I, as a child, is no more there, but still the I-ness has not changed. The dresses or the likes and dislikes as a child has changed when you became an adolescent, to a middle-aged person, to an old person. The world has changed, your likes and dislikes have changed, your body has changed, everything has changed except I. But even the relation with the I, whatever we had in the beginning, those things have either vanished or they have changed. From that point of view, because it is not permanent, it is called dream life, but not like dream. In dream we have no control, but in a dream-like awaking, Jagrat, we are interactive in nature, whereas that is not interactive. Did you understand the difference between
yes,
why the repeat? Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
Even though it is changing, even though it is changing, the time span of the change is so wide that we have an apparent continuity. It is not a real continuity.
That's right.
Yeah. That's now, right. Even if you look at the world, they say the Earth is only 400 million years old or billion years old. The universe is 4.8 billion light years old. Like that, they say the convenience. But when you look at 14.8 billion light years, the 60-80 years of a human life is like a small blip which comes from a firecracker. What happens? The time of the sound required, or your closing of your eyes, is less than that. But within that, you have an action. Now, I'll give you an example. For us, a spoon of sugar is only a little quantity. Look at the ant which is carrying 1 grain of sugar from one corner of the house to the room to the other corner of the room. For him, carrying from one corner of the room to the other corner of 1 grain of sugar is as good as we carrying a 50 or 60 kilos and walking from India to US. Because that is relative. But for him, or for there are insects which has lifespan is only 3 days. Some of them have got 2 hours, like the rain, the insects which come up in the rain. And there are some animals who have got 8 years, some 12 years. Human being supposed to be 120 years, now it is around 70 to 80 years. Elephants 100 years, tortoise is 200 years. Now, these are all what is from the birth to death time span which we are taking. But in that itself, everything is changing from day to day. What the person who have gone to sleep is not the person who is coming up, because so many millions of cells have died, so many new cells have come up in your body. But you still feel that continuity. We are referring this continuity to known things, but we ignore the changes. Thereby, we are ourselves in a delusion of continuity, saying that, oh, I woke up and I came back to the same world. But if you really inquire into the same world, has the world that has rotated almost, so if it is 24 hours, it has rotated through 26,000 kilometers in the space. The same spot has rotated, right? Like that. So you got your answer, no, Vamshi?
Yes, Mahodaya. Uttamam. Dhanyawad.
Right. Now coming to Abhishek, you are this thing, picturing black hole and sizing of the universe. Yeah, all these things are, I told you, these are all external inquiries. You cannot compare two hypotheses and come to one conclusion in scientific field. A hypothesis or a rule which is applicable for a certain set of conditions are applicable only in that condition. Now, for example, if you are taking time, space and continuum, which is for the space in the physical world, the measures of the time and space are measurable in meter or kilometer or light years. Volume is length, breadth and width as far as the physical world is concerned. Now, when you come to the internal world, you can see an elephant in your dream, or you can even fly as an elephant in your dream. The time and space and you may live 2-3 lives in one dream, one night dream. So the measurements are different when it comes to internal for the dream world and waking world itself. Now, what to talk about? But something which we are in a state. Now, a state from where we call it as Vyapakam Sarvalokanam. I gave that example that day. If you say that you as a physical being is inside a room, which is inside the house, is inside a colony, is inside a city, the city is inside a district, the city is inside a country, a state, inside a country on the globe, and the sun and the size of the earth becomes smaller and smaller as you go more into the space, right? So the reference with which we are thinking, one includes the other, but all that is known to us as a human being or a thing, where does that exist? Can you tell me, Abhishek? Where does that exist? It is contained in something. Where does that, all that is known to humanity, exist?
Yeah, I mean, there is no definite answer to that.
No, what is known is only within the space which
Yes.
we have known. We call it as universe, isn't it?
Yes.
But where does that universe, existence of the universe is known?
In the mind.
Yes, in our knowledge.
Yes.
In our knowledge, all this thing is known. So the one which holds the other one, the one which is holding is larger than the one which is being held. The state is bigger than the district, or the house is smaller compared to the colony. So if the knowledge can hold the entire things which is in the space, the knowledge has to be encompassing the space. That, like, you may not know every brick of your house, but you still call it as your house, isn't it? Same way, we say we have the knowledge about the whole universe. The one person need not know everything, but there are many people knowing something, all put together. Everybody knows something. So all that knowledge is in one thing called knowledge. Now, how is the knowledge? We call it as Vyapakam. Because knowledge, if it is personalized experience, it cannot have commonality between two people. Now, if I see a flower, and if you are seeing a flower, the knowledge of the flower, what you get, and the knowledge of the flower, what I have, is the same. How we adjectify that, or we give in it what you call qualification to the flower, will depend upon your mind and my mind. But the flower per se will not change. So the knowledge of the flower is the same. And if it is same for me, and if it is same for, the knowledge has to be the one which is common to both of us. And same way, the knowledge of everything has to be the same. Now, whether Einstein knew the term, relativity theory, and we are all knowing the same relativity theory, the knowledge as relativity theory is remained the same, isn't it? E is equal to mc squared. Or if somebody knows about the black hole also, somebody knew it, doesn't mean that I should know about it. But the knowledge has not changed whether he knows it or I know it. Because it is object. But that is not the case when it comes to internal feelings. What I feel as my happiness cannot be known to anybody else. What is your happiness is known only to you, or what is your sorrow is only known to you, because that is not an external object, it's an internal object of experience. That is why that internal qualifications, when we go, internal inquiry is different. What we do where external inquiry is definite and measurable in the physical world. And it will be the same whether you do measure it in Australia, India or US. It will be the same. So reference which you take it as for measurement for external world is different, and you cannot say that for the spiritual inquiry that reference should be valid. That reference cannot be valid because this inquiry is internal in direction. Is it clear, Abhishek?
I hear you, Arvind Mohoday. While reading some of these texts, there is also this challenge of, and I'm completely hearing you on this whole internal inquiry, but and maybe we are victims to the way we have been trained so far with our education. Is that when I read the first shloka, and when I was reminded of this, then I was coming to this conclusion that, oh, is it that when we talk about Hari, then is dark energy equivalent to Hari, or is Hari something else? And maybe that is just the training of the mind which has happened so far, that one is always trying to join dots in that manner.
I would say that it is nothing to do with the mind, because as I told you, any knowledge, like the knowledge of the flower which I said, this knowledge also, the internal knowledge, because it is called a Vastu Tantra. Atma Vidya is called a Vastu Tantra because we are going to inquire about a Vastu which is our Swarupa. Sat, Chit, Ananda are the indicational qualities of that. What does Sat, Chit, Ananda? Because it is Sanskrit, don't immediately imagine a four-handed God and imagine everything. What it simply says is that Sat means existence or Satyam, truth. Chit means it is knowable, or it has got a quality of expressing itself or self-effulgent, whatever we want to use, because words has got limitation to express that. Now, why is it called Ananda? Because there is no Dvidiyam Asti, because there is nothing other than that. So, the Niradishaya Ananda, which I explained on one of the classes, that is the reason why it is an Ananda. Now, with this in mind, it is not a condition of the mind. It is very measurable. It is anubhuti for millions of years of existence, what have been existing, and it will be an experience for everyone who is today, and it will be the same experience for anyone who is going to be born tomorrow and trying to find an inquiry into it. Why it is not? Because it is talking about existence. Now, existence, can it change? For anything which we know has to exist first, isn't it? It is on existence, everything exists. The existence Swarupa. Right? So, it is not a mental conditioning by scriptures or gurus or acharyas. No. It is a scientific methodology, not how the external world is measured, but it is a logic and self-inquiry like any other psychological inquiry which we do. Do you have an opinion difference in that?
No, rather it is very very, very fascinating that these scriptures date so back, when there was and this whole theory of relativity is so relatively new, but the mention of space as fabric appears so many times, in at least in the Bhagavad Purana, at least 3 or 4 instances.
Yes.
The whole concept of Brahma's kalpa equivalent to so many crore years for us, that is so strikingly similar to how today a physicist would explain a black hole and how the time will slow down if you go closer to it, and how all of this was possible by how all of this got concluded by just looking internal is indeed very, very fascinating.
It is not. It is the truth. See, what you can find inside is what you project outside. You are not projecting, but the one which is the karanam sarva bhutanam, that is the cause with which from everything is there. So just I said, vacharambanam vikaro namadeyam vrittigatyeva satyam. Because just by vak alambanam, by depending upon different words, vikaram, the name, the form of that thing has changed, getting different namadeyam, different names. But at the end of it, it's all mrittikateva satyam. Everything is made of it, whether it is, you call it as a jar, or whether you call it a mud lamp, or whether you call a wadki for drinking tea, or whatever may be that. Everything what is made of mud, even though it has name and form differently, nama rupa bhinnatvat, it is appearing as many, but mrittikateva satyam, the truth is that everything is made of mud only. Same way, any ornament you take made of gold will become gold only. But the thing is that the ornaments will look different, but the gold in them, in which they appear, has not changed or will not change. What is the made of, it will remain the same way. The whole world is made up of that conscious existence. Consciousness and existence are not two different things. Existence is consciousness, consciousness is as existence. So everything is being experienced in the world outside as well as internal, is in consciousness and as existence. That is why it when you know, yat jnatva sarvamidam vijnadam bhavati, that Upanishad says that, knowing which the truth behind everything will be known. It is not that by knowing that in the satyam you will know what hydrogen is, or what helium is, or what gold is. No. But they are all nama rupa of what? That existence and knowledge. Gold exists and it has a knowledge, it has got an awareness which is by which we know it as gold. That is what it is on the day. If you can remove the existence and the illumination or the knowingness from the gold, we cannot say gold exists, because the word exist is what on sitvam, no? So that is why, even though when they went it, they found that going outward has no end. If it is what is outside, I am also part of the outside world, or the world outside. If there is something which I am existing, if I find out that, I can also know everything what is existing has to have that inside. And I told you the example of the milk and water, and the mixing of the milk and water. The water can mix only with milk because milk has water in it. The percentage will change, but milk cannot mix with oil because oil doesn't have water in it. Same way, we are knowing things outside because there is the awareness in them, the awareness in me. That awareness in him or that object is the awareness in me. So that's why I am aware of him and he is aware of me. Now, what happens is that incidentally I want to give one particular incident which was very disturbing for the people. The father and mother in Madanapalli, who were scientifically having background, they were all science, working as a with the science degree and everything, gets into a blind belief that by murdering their two daughters, they can bring them back into life. Now, this is an act of ignorance, because prakriter anyato bhavo na katanchit bhavishyati. The prakriti in a vastu can never change. The mud will be always mud. The gold will be always gold. The mind will be always mind. Same way, the body with which it is formed, it has got a birth, growth and decay. It cannot that the decayed body can come back to life. If they don't know that and blindly believe somebody's advice or anything, or get into a psychological mood and kill their own children, what do we call it as? Absolute foolishness. The height of ignorance, we should say. Vamshi, you must be knowing what happened, no? I don't have to tell because it's in your state which has happened. Yes, or Swamiji also must be knowing about it.
Very sad to hear that. We were
very
disturbing us.
Yeah, but you should see, they are scientifically minded. Both of them are science postgraduates, for the father and mother who did that. Absolutely. So we have to be very careful when we are, because as a society there are varieties of things available in the world, but it is what happens is that without analyzing and logic, if we blindly believe something, there will be potency for somebody to misuse us because we are blind to the truth. This has happened centuries, and it will continue to happen centuries as long as somebody start believing blindly in certain things. The only thing which you should remember is that is it something which is logical? Is it something an experience of all the people? Because there is no secret or Gauda Tantra in Vedanta. What the rishis found themselves, they wrote it down, which is being transferred to us even today, is his experience. It can be your experience or my experience if we follow and do the same thing. But if it is not coming as an experience, he is not fooling. But then it cannot survive such a long time by fooling others. No? But if somebody says that with the third eye can see things, or I can read your mind and everything, you have to blindly believe, because it is not a sarvasadaranam. It is not common for everyone. So we have to be very careful not to fall prey for such things. Astu, any other questions? Vijaya Bhagini?
Mahadev, just wanted to go back on the previous question on the dream process. Basically, in the Tattva, this is Ravi. I was able to dial in today.
Yes, Ravi.
In the Tattva Bodha, it very clearly states that in the dream, what we are projecting is what we encounter only during the waking state. So, just wanted to point that out.
Okay. Now there are two things.
It's basically a projection only, right?
It is samskara, impressions of what we have seen in the world. But there is also an imaginative thing which is the mind itself adding to that. That is why the time and space of dream is different from the real world. If it is a reflection of the waking, the time and space has to be the same, because in a dream I cannot be traveling to US and wake up back in my bedroom.
Right.
So
thank you.
So there is a mix up of both things. What is 50% or maybe 20%, it depends upon what type of dream you are seeing. Some dream can be 100% fiction. Some can be mixture of reality and fiction. And some dreams are so real that even after waking up, that still disturbs you. For example, if you feel that you have been chased by a lion or a tiger, and you suddenly wake up from the dream, your body will be still having that fear or sweating. Okay, just transferred itself. So that is why it is a mixture of waking plus our own imagination.
Dhanyawad, Mahadev.
Dhanyawad. Okay, can we go to the next sloka?
Yes, Mahadev.
Achha. Can you do the Padacheda, Bhagini? Vamshi Bhagini?
Prayatnam karomi, Mahadev. I'll try it out. Ekanimsham. I'll just expand the screen. Isha Gurvatma Bedadyah. Isha Gurvatma Bedadyah. Kshamitam. Isha Gurvatma Bedadyah Guru Atma Isha Guru Atma Bedadi Atma Bedadyah Adyah va Tatra Bedadyah Bedadyah Isha Gurva Atma Bedadyah Sakala Vyavahara Bhu Sakala Vyavahara सकल इति एकः शब्दः व्यवहारभूः
that's a totally samasthapada sakala vyavaharabhu
अस्तु औपाधिकः अस्तु एकमेव पदं स्वचिन्मात्रः तत्तु समस्तपदमस्ति स्वचिन्मात्रः सोपरोक्षानुभूतिकः सः अपरोक्षानुभूतिकः सम्यक् वा महोदय
yeah now you can read
ईश गुर्वात्मभेदात् यः सकलव्यवहारभूः औपाधिकः स्वचिन्मात्रः सः अपरोक्षानुभूतिकः अस्तु महोदय अन्वयः पठामि वा यः ईशगुर्वात्मा औपाधिकः भेदात् सकलव्यवहारभूः अपरोक्षानुभूतिकः सः स्वचिन्मात्रः You wanted to Artha.
I just wanted to ask a very small question. What's the meaning of Anvaya, Mahoday?
Anvaya means it is a prose order.
Sorry, if you could repeat that.
Prose order, because this is in a poetical meter, no? So when you take out the word from that and make it in a prose order as a sentence, it is called Anvaya. Vamshi?
Yes, Mahodaya. That basically is in Chandas, Mahodaya. There's a Chandas meter for the sloka. So you have a Kriya Padam which comes to the last and you have to make a proper sentence. I mean, they have written without, not as a sentence because it's easy to, Ucharana, for Ucharana, they have used a meter so that they have that rhythmic in that way. But you can make the Anvaya based on that.
Yes.
Dhanyawad.
Shall I go ahead, Mahodaya? Artha?
Yeah, read Artha.
Yeah. He from whom the entire transactional world emerges is differentiated by the names Ishvara, Guru and Atma by adopting respective names and forms as instruments, even though by nature of pure awareness he self-illumine as immediate experience.
Okay. Astu. Now, here Vidyaranya Muni is explaining the aspect of the Ishvara, Karanam, and how he becomes the Vyavaharabhu, means transactional cause for transaction. Sakala Vyavaharabhu means entire transactional, the cause for the entire transactional. Bhu is bhavati. From it is Sakala Vyavaharasya Karanam bhavati. Saha Katam Ishvara Guru Atma Vedat. So taking the three forms, Ishvara, Guru and Atma, even the three forms, Yaha Chinmatraha Saha Aupadika Karanena Ishvara Guru Atma Vedam Apnoti Saha Chinmatraha Asmakam Krite Aparokshanubhutikah. For us, Saha Aparokshanubhutikah, for everyone. Ishvara, Guru, Atma. Now here Atma is Jivatma. Okay. So for Jivatma is Aparokshanubhutika, and the same Aparokshanubhutika, because of an Upati, as a Guru, he is one who is a Dyotana, one who gives the light for the knowledge of light. And he is the one, Isha, is a controller. We studied in the first sloka. He is the controller, Sakala Vyavaharabhu. He is the one who controls the entire transactional world. And what is his nature? Swachinmatraha. He is self-effulgent. He is a pure awareness, that bliss. And it is that one which is coming as when it is using as Isha for the whole world, he becomes Ishvara. Same Chinmatraha, when he is becoming a preceptor, teaching us the knowledge of the Shastras, he becomes a Guru. And from the world, we are all the Jivatmas who are looking towards the Guru for that knowledge. So there are Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. Ishvara, Jiva, Jagat is the three way in which it is declassified as. Isha is a controller, Jagat is the world outside, and Jiva, which is part of the world. Now the Jiva is the one who knows that after learning this, becomes that the world and the Ishvara are not two separate entities. I am also part of the world, and the Isha who has created the world is also not different from the world, like Mrittikateva Satyam, or the gold is in all ornaments, like that. It is the same Tattva which is becoming different forms and names in the world. Aupatikam is a word which has to be very clearly remembered and kept it in mind, because Upati Veda Deva Vivinyatvam Bhavati. We have multitude only because of the Upati. If the awareness shines in sun, it is sun. The same awareness shines in moon, it is moon. The same shines in the earth, it is earth. Same awareness. It is the same awareness in you, same awareness in me. Yatrana anyat pashyati, anyat shrunoti, anyat vijanati. Sa bhuma. So one who knows that these three are the vyavahara matram, for the vyavahara, for the transaction, and the vyavahara is also apparent, like we discussed, no? The world, when I wake up, I feel the world is the same, but actually speaking, it has changed. But that vyavahara karanam is such chinmatra. Any questions before we go to the next sloka? One more sloka we can do this today.
Nothing from my side, Mahalaya.
Okay. Lalita Bhagini, Padachedam, can you do that? Asti va, Bhagini?
You can hear me?
No, very light.
Hello?
It's very light. The sound, the voice is very low.
Ahambaji? Now? Is it clear now?
It's better now. Can you hear? Others can hear?
Hello?
Hello? Yes, tell me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Tadeva manu, tadevam anusandaya nirvignam sweshtadevatam swa ishtadevatam aparokshanubhuti akyam acharyo uktim prakashaye. Acharyoho uktim prakashaye. Is it correct? Tadevam anusandaya nirvignam swa ishtadevatam aparokshanubhuti akyam acharya. It's correct, no? Prakashaye. Okay.
Acharya ukti is acharyokti.
Yeah. The word spoken by the acharya.
Right. Now this is the Anvaya.
Yeah. Anvayah swa ishtadevatam nirvignam anusandaya aparokshanubhuti akyam tadevam acharya uktim prakashaye. Arthah by following one's own Ishtadevata without obstacles. The teacher's logic enlightens or educates the so-called Aparokshanubhuti. Was it audible?
Yeah.
Now?
Yes, very clear. Very clear now. Very clear now.
Okay. I think I came closer to the laptop. I was sitting little. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dhanyawada. Now here.
Okay.
Yeah. Ishtadevatam anusantaya. Why nirvignam prakashanartam. Aparokshanubhuti akya tasya prapta ukti katam karaniyam iti acharyena yuktya prakashyate. That means by actually here what Vidyaranya Muni wanted to tell is that the instruction to even teach is because in the previous verse he has said, no, Ishvaro Guru Atma Vibhinnatam Aupadhigatvena Vibhinna Yatobhi Swachinmatrataya Ekameva. So Ishtadevatam Anusandaya, as instructed by the Ishtadevata, means from the intellect, from the Chittam, which is all of us have got the Ishtadevata as the one who is guiding us in our life to do, that famous sloka of Mahabharata, Kenapi Devena, as if guided by some Deva from within, we are doing that dharmam, adharmam, that. So same aspect is taken here. Ishtadevadam anusantaya aparokshanubhuti akhyam nirvignam acharyena prakashyate. Yukting. He uses the logic to explain that. It is not without logic. Every step in this particular Aparokshanubhuti is thoroughly on logic when he explains and establishes any fact of Vedanta. Right. So, Aparokshanubhuti Akya means that internal experience or the immediate knowledge is called Aparokshanubhuti, that Acharyena Yuktya Prakashyate. There is nothing much in it. Any questions on that, or we can take one more sloka, I think.
Mahodaya, just a small typo in that, Mahodaya. There's a F-O-L-L-O. This is just following the spelling is wrong, Mahodaya. You can correct it later.
Okay.
Just a small typo.
Yeah, F-O-L-L-O, right. One L-O is right. Then we go to the next sloka. Shobha Bhagini?
महोदय करोमि.
Right.
यद्यपीयं स्वतः स्पष्टा तथापि स्वात्मसिद्धये यत्नोऽयं सोऽपि संक्षेपात् क्रियते अनर्थनाशनः. यद्यपि तत्र यद्यपि यम् इति अस्ति. यद्यपि तत्र यण् आगतः अथवा अतः अं स्वतः वा
यम्
अस्तु. यद्यपि तत्र पि दीर्घ इकारः अस्ति किल
सवर्णदीर्घसन्धि
तत्र इ अस्ति वा? यद्यपि अनदर् इ अस्ति वा?
यद्यपि इयम्
I thought you said ayam. क्षम्यताम्. यद्यपि इयं स्वतः स्पष्टा तथापि स्वात्मसिद्धये यत्नोऽयं यत्नः न तत्र ओकारः अभवत्. उकारः आगतः इति मन्ये. अयम् इति अस्ति. यत्नः अयं सः अपि
यत् न
अयं क्षम्यतां यत् न अयं सः अपि सोऽपि संक्षेप आत्मना संक्षेपात् क्रियते अनर्थनाशनः अस्तु
here also iyam I have left out that api iyam that I have to correct it hrisva e and iyam padacheda
यद् पदच्छेदः यद्यपि इयं स्वतः स्पष्टा तथापि स्वात्मसिद्धये यत् नः अयं सः अपि संक्षेपात् क्रियते अनर्थनाशनः अन्वयः यद्यपि इयं स्वतः स्पष्टा तथापि यत् सः अयं न संक्षेपात् क्रियते अपि च अनर्थनाशनः स्वात्मसिद्धये. Even though that which is clear to oneself, then also he is not this, is expounded for the attainment of the nature of one's own self. By this brief exposition, which wards off the ill effects what wrong knowledge makes.
Okay. धन्यवादः भगिनी.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
Swatmasiddhaye is a word which is confusing in the sense that it may appear to be very clear. Swatmasiddhaye. Why should Atma should be Siddha when it is already Atma? Atma means which you are already. Then why should he say Swatmasiddhaye? Prapta Praptam. That is a famous terminology which is used is that Prapta Praptam. It is not an Aprapta Praptam. Like for example, if I don't have say a mobile phone, I can get it. It is called Aprapta Praptam. But if I have a Swakandabaranam, you have got an ornament in your own neck, but you forget about it, or by mistake it has gone to the backside and you are not able to see it. But when you find it, when somebody says, no, it is there on your neck, it's gone backside, you turn it. Or some people will lift their spectacles onto the top of the head, on the hair, and they will looking for where is the specs, even though it is on the head, sitting there. So Prapta Praptam. Same way, there is a famous example which Shankaracharya uses is the Dashamastumasi. 10 people crossed the river, and after crossing there was a lot of flow, and when after crossing they started counting. So the person who counts starts counting and he counts only 9. Everybody does the same mistake. So they all started crying. One of us has gone. Who is gone? Nobody knows. But somebody has gone. So we are only 9 of us. Then a person who's passing by hears them crying and asks, why are you crying? We are only 9 of us. 10 of us crossed the side from there, and we are only finding 9. So he asks one man to count. So he counts 1, 2, 3, 4 and Ashtama Navama. Then when he stops Navama, he stops it. Then the passerby says, Dashamat Tomasi. The 10th person is you yourself. You are forgetting to count yourself. So he counts that first. So then he realizes Tat Ahamasmi. That is, I am that one. So Prapta Praptam. Even though he was there, somebody needs to show him that he is the one who is not counting himself. So here also, Swatma Siddhaye Yatyapi Iyam Swataha Spashtaha. For all of us, we know we are. Nobody can ever say Aham Asmi is wrong. I am not there. Aham na asmi, nobody can say. Aham asmi sadabhami katachit naham apriyaha. Tatapi Swatma-siddhaye, to show this example of Dashamattvamasi. Swatma-siddhaye, and that Spashta Nasti is the Anartha-nasha, which comes out of the wrong knowledge that I am the body. The question in one of the earlier classes we asked, up to the skin level, I think I am the skin. Up to the body, the tadatmyam or the physical tadatmyam. What is that is made of the ill effects of the wrong knowledge. I am the body. And to ward off that, some yet na, see, saha I am na. That I am not that. I am not Atma, I am the body. That is what is the word here, saha I am na. That sakshat kriyate. He make you realize that. Who? Guru. Anarthanashana, and Anarthanashana, what is the effect of Anarthanasha? Swatma siddhi. Prapta. So, yadyapi hi iyam swataha spashtaha, tatapi yat saha na ayam iti chintayet sati, tat anartha chintanam avi sasya prakashanartam samshepshat kriyate swa atma siddhaye. That is for your own, that is your true nature is being told in this small treatise of Shankaracharya. That is what it is in this bird. Any questions?
He is not this. Means, what is that, sir?
No, we think no. Saha I am na. I am not this. That is the what which is being the teacher is teaching you. You are thinking I am this, I am that. So the teacher is saying you are not that.
Okay. So teacher is saying you are not body, but you are something different.
Yes.
That is what.
You are Atma. Swatma siddhaye. You are the Atma. Your own nature is true self.
Okay. See, Amadya, this last sentence, by this brief exposition,
yes.
It looks as though some something is missing in that. Like it's not complete.
This Prakarana Grantha is referring to by this Prakarana Grantha.
Which wards off the ill effects?
Yeah, the ill effects of the wrong knowledge is making us believe I am not, I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that, not Atma.
Okay, ill effects of the wrong knowledge. Okay.
Of the wrong knowledge. Tasya nivaranartam ayam aparokshanubhuti akhya samshepena kriyate.
Yeah, samshepena, brief. There is a brief,
yeah.
Like.
Right, brief.
Oh, okay. Dhanyawad.
I think we should stop here, or can we? I'll take this is the last sloka so that we can enter the text from next class. This is a prayer by Vidyaranya Muni to Shankaracharya. Kva aham ulkakaraha kva ayam sujatejoniti kila tatapi bhaktiman kaha kim na kuryat swahitaptaye. The padache kva aham ulkakaraha kva ayam sujatejoniti kila tatapi bhaktiman kaha kim na kuryat swahita aptaye. Kva aham ulkara, there is not much Anvaya and Padacheda is almost the same. What does it say that? Who am I? A charcoal to shine. Ulkakara is a charcoal or burning spark in front of the wealth of brightness of the sun. Surya Tejo Nitihi is comparing Shankaracharya to Surya Tejo Nitihi. In front of him, Kaha Aham. Who am I? compared to that kila. Indeed, tadapi, even though, if because I am a bhaktiman, I am a guru bhaktaha, or because of the bhakti for my guru, kim na kuryat, what is not that not possible if I have a bhakti to guru, swahita aptaye, to achieve my desire. So it's indirectly saying that to achieve my desire of exposition of this sloka, Samskrita Bhashya Tika, Deepika Tika, so to do that, I have, because of the bhakti I have for the Guru, who is like a Surya Tejoniti, even though I am a small charcoal burning in front of him compared to the Surya, because of my bhakti toward Bhaktiman Kaha, even though I have the bhakti towards him, Kim na kuryat, what is that I cannot do? Because here he is talking about the Guru Bhakti is the reason because of which he is able to do the exposition. And Tatra Acharyaha Swa Ishta Devatam Anusandana Lakshanam Mangala Nirvigna Grantha Samaptaye Swamanasi Kritva Shishya Shishyaihi Grandado Nibadnati Sri Harim Niti. So here he says the teacher, following that in identifiable of his own Ishvara, Ishta Paradevata, invokes Sri Hari in the beginning of it as auspicious for successful completion of the book. Because this is a standard practice. Mangala Slokaina eva, all the treatise starts. So here also he is referring to that for the teacher-student benefit. Shishya Shishyayai. And aham tam namami iti anvaya, I bow unto him. Tam harim namami, Sri harim pranavatyaham upateshtaram ishwaram vyapakam sarvalokanam karanam tam namamyaham. This is the concluding statement before he starts his exposition, Vidyaranya Muni. Now the first sloka is explained in prose order from now onward. So all slokas over, Padachedam will be there, but there won't be any Anvaya requirement. So next onwards, I'll send you the text for the next class separately. It is there in the first email itself. It is there, but then which portions we can cover next class, I'll tell you. Any questions before we wind up? Shobha Bhagini?
Not at this time, Mahodaya. As we start reading the text, I'll have them.
Okay. Vamsi Bhagini?
No, Mahodaya, it's fine. I think we'll come up with the next class.
Okay. Anybody? Chandu Mahodaya? Nayana? Lalita?
No,
Abhishek?
Dhanyavad.
Okay.
Dhanyavad Mahodaya.
Dhanyavad Mahodaya.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.